When it comes to boosting soil health, gardeners and preppers alike are often confronted with a question that seems simple but sparks endless debate: should you use biochar or cardboard as a soil amendment? Both promise increased fertility, better moisture retention, and long-term sustainability. Yet, until recently, there's been a lot of guesswork, anecdotal evidence, and conflicting advice. I decided to put both to the ultimate test, not in a lab, but right here in my own garden, over several months, using real plants, real soil, and real conditions. The results were eye-opening, and they tell us more than just which material wins. They reveal how these ancient and modern soil amendments work, how they affect microbial life, and how you can make them work for your own garden. Before you scroll away thinking this is just another comparison, consider this. Soil is a living ecosystem. Adding the wrong amendment or adding it incorrectly can do more harm than good. I'm going to break down what I found, step by step, explain why these materials behave differently, and give you actionable ways to apply them. By the end, you'll know when biochar makes sense, when cardboard is the smarter choice, and how to combine them for maximum results. Biochar fundamentally changes the way soil retains nutrients and water. Biochar is essentially charcoal made from plant matter, and it's revered for its ability to store nutrients and create microhabitats for beneficial microbes. In my test, I mixed biochar into one bed of clay-heavy soil and watched the changes over several months. The soil became lighter, more friable, and remarkably sponge-like. Plants grew with noticeably stronger root systems, and water retention improved without turning the soil soggy. One of the key observations was how biochar influenced microbial activity. Unlike untreated soil, the biochar-enriched soil supported a higher density of worms and microbial colonies, which accelerated nutrient cycling. This means your plants have more consistent access to nitrogen, phosphorus, and other essential nutrients. For gardeners, the takeaway is that biochar is particularly effective in heavy, compacted soils, or in areas where long-term soil fertility is your goal. A practical approach is to pre-charge biochar with compost or manure before adding it to the soil, ensuring that the porous structure is already seeded with nutrients and microbes. Cardboard works differently by suppressing weeds and gradually enriching soil. While biochar works beneath the surface, cardboard operates as a surface-level amendment. In my experiment, I laid sheets of cardboard over a separate bed, moistening them lightly to encourage decomposition. Within weeks, seedlings struggled less to emerge through weed competition, as the cardboard acted as a physical barrier. Over time, the cardboard decomposed, adding organic matter to the topsoil, improving water retention, and creating a layer that supports microbial and fungal growth. A critical observation was the pace of decomposition. Cardboard isn't instant. It slowly integrates into the soil. This slow breakdown feeds microbes gradually, which is excellent for seasonal gardens where you want a steady release of organic material. For practical application, gardeners can cut cardboard into strips, overlap them to cover bare soil, and then lightly water and mulch on top. This method is ideal for suppressing weeds in vegetable beds or pathways while still enriching the soil naturally. One of the most revealing outcomes of my test was when I layered biochar beneath cardboard in a single bed. This combination created a dynamic system. Biochar acted as a nutrient sponge below the surface, while the cardboard decomposed above, feeding microbes and gradually building organic matter. Plants in this combined bed not only grew faster, but also showed greater resilience to heat stress and dry spells. For modern gardeners, this offers a practical lesson. Don't treat biochar and cardboard as mutually exclusive. Use biochar to enhance long-term fertility and soil structure, and use cardboard as a top layer to control weeds, retain moisture and feed microbes over time. The steps are simple. Mix pre-charged biochar into the planting bed at the base, lay moistened cardboard over the surface, and add a light mulch layer to accelerate decomposition. The result is a soil ecosystem that mimics natural forest floors, resilient and self-sustaining. So, both biochar and cardboard rely on microbial processes, but, in different ways. Biochar actually creates stable habitats for bacteria and fungi, while cardboard provides a carbon-rich food source for decomposers. This distinction really does matter when deciding where to use each material. Biochar excels in nutrient-poor compacted soils or for perennial crops, while cardboard is just perfect for temporary beds, annual vegetables, or pathways where a slow input of organic matter is beneficial. The key takeaway here is to observe your soil carefully. Pay attention to texture, moisture retention, and plant vigor. Adjust the ratio of biochar to cardboard based on your soil type and the crops you grow. Honestly, small-scale experiments like this one are invaluable. Every garden is unique, and seeing how amendments interact with your specific conditions really does beat any theoretical advice. The ultimate lesson from this experiment is actually quite clear. Stop guessing and start experimenting with purpose. Biochar and cardboard each have their own unique strengths, but the real magic happens when they are used together intelligently. You don't need expensive fertilizers or complicated soil mixes to transform your garden. You just need a bit of knowledge, observation, and the willingness to test what works in your own soil. If you found this guide valuable and want more practical research-backed soil strategies, make sure you subscribe to Hydrohaven, share this video with fellow gardeners, and stay tuned for more hands-on experiments that turn backyard gardening into a science of thriving soil.